Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to put on a positive attitude and get out that pen and paper, ready to take some notes and apply what you write down as Motivational Radio presents Mr. Motivator, a man with a mission to motivate the world with a positive attitude. Your host for this show, Anthony Hoskins.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on the planet. You are listening to Mr. Motivator. Tonight I'm going to talk about a very special subject. I'm going to talk about the wannabes. The internet's a great place, but unfortunately it's full of a great deal of what you call wannabes. Now be warned, I'm a straight shooter, I shoot straight from the hip. Many people have labelled me the shock jock. So if anything I say offends you, then don't listen. Just continue not to listen. Because what I'm going to say here is very important to a great deal of people, like many people out there. Many people come onto the internet, yeah, they've got a big bucket of shit and a stick and they're going to create a merry hell. Unfortunately, a lot of these people do nothing. A lot of them are so full of themselves and so full of talk, very little action. They put great groups together and a lot of good people in the group and they're all binding to one. And then you find that some people are dumped from the group for no apparent reason because they're probably better than most of the group anyway. So they feel threatened. If this relates to you, then I'm sorry. But I am, as I see, a straight shooter, and it just has to be said. There's too much nonsense goes on the internet. People wanting you to buy this and buy that and get into this program and get into that program and waste your money and spend your money. I'll tell you what, the internet is the biggest graveyard of businesses that I've ever come across. So many have tried and failed. And why do they fail? They fail simply because they do not have the nous or the intestinal fortitude to get up and make something about it. They're too busy worrying about being politically correct, making sure that all their ducks are in a row, making sure that they don't want to offend anybody. Who cares? The internet is a place of free speech, and it's time you learnt that. You can say and do almost anything on the internet. I'm not saying you should get out there and offend your peers at all. You don't have to do that. But the chance is there to build a very big business and a very good income for you and your family. If only you will get off that high horse of yours, come down a bit, humble yourself and realise that you don't know everything. Many people seem to just think they know it all and they'll walk over anyone to get what they want. Unfortunately, things don't work like that on the internet. If that's what you're going to do, then you might as well have the computer, get it right off the internet, because we don't want you on the internet. But on the other hand, if you knuckle down and put your head in, you will find the internet has great things available for you. Many people I've seen on the internet have a great idea, but they sit around in groups and they sit around in Skype chat rooms and all sorts of places, and they just talk. They talk it. They talk it to death. They're going to do this and they're going to do that. And let's add this and let's add that, without even getting off their asses to do anything at all. Occasionally you'll see a hurriedly put together web page that makes at least look as though they're doing something, but for all the talk and all the hype and stuff that go around it, you know, it's a joke, really. Do you want to be made a joke of on the internet? I'll tell you what, you get a name on the internet as a joker or as someone that doesn't perform right, I'll tell you what, you are doomed, because mud sticks. I'll tell you what, if you're on the internet and you fling a bit of mud around, or a bit of mud gets flicked around and some of it sticks on you, you can forget your career on the internet. Okay, I might be blunt and a lot of people don't like me, but I don't care about that because I know what I'm doing. I am very successful in my own right, and you can be as well. If you just start doing something. Everyone's so worried about the legalities of this and the galaxies of that and the terms of service that absolutely mean a load of old crap anyway, and they copy these terms of service from somewhere else. Look, it's all rubbish. And how many people actually read the terms of service? You know yourself. How often do you actually read it? If you're one of these people that sit down and read everything that's all legal stuff, then you're going to go nowhere anyway, because you're too busy analysing and you're too busy worrying about your own self. Get off that thing you sit on now. Do something about it. If you've got a group and you're in charge of a big group of people and you're all sitting around talking, how about you putting your foot down and saying, hey folks, this is not what it is. Let's get this organised and let's get started. We can get out there. We can do this. But the fact is, you talk it to death. I know a great fella, a friend of mine here in Christchurch, New Zealand, and he's still my friend. He had a great idea for an invention. You know, he spent months talking about it, just talking about it. He drew up a few diagrams of what he was going to invent. But then he talked his way right out of it. Dropped the project altogether. A few months later, somebody else got the same idea, came up with it, didn't sit around talking about it, did it, got on with it, and made a fortune out of it. My friend could have been that person, but no. He had to analyse and overanalyse and overanalyse everything until the whole thing fell flat on his face. I don't want to see anybody lose out on the internet. That's what motivational radio is here for, to help inspire people to greatness, because we are all born with that greatness built in. There's nothing surer than that. How many times did you fall over before you could actually walk? Yes, many times. But of course, that was a determination that we all had built in. And that's why most of the world walks today. However, something else came along about that time. Peer pressure. You can't do that. You can't do this. What makes you think you can do that? I know so-and-so can do that, but hey, who said you can do it? You know what I'm talking about. You've all heard it. Put all that stuff behind you. There is no need for that at all. When someone says, what makes you think you can do it? Answer them. I know I can do it. Well, let me prove it to you. But then don't rest on your laurels. Get off that thing and get out there and you prove it once and for all. And then you'll be a far, far better person instead of someone that listens to other people. A lot of people don't want you to succeed, because if you succeed, then they're going to have to get off their backsides and succeed themselves. And they're just too damn lazy to do it. They sit in their own little comfort zone that's not so comfortable. Finances might be terrible. It might be an abusive arrangement. Anything. But it seems to be the fact that even the most uncomfortable place is better than the unknown. So they stay in their own little comfort zone. Get out there, step out there, have a look at what's around. Come on, if someone shoots you down in flames, who worries about it? Don't be oversensitive. Get out there. I don't mean to troll on people. You'll never get successful if you stand on people. But you can get whatever you want. Treat the people right. Get out and do what you aim to do. Don't be a talker, be a doer. You know, I've seen a great deal of very good forums with people in all striving for the same reason. But you know, it deteriorates into just a chat show. You might as well not be there. Useless conversation, meaning nothing, going absolutely nowhere. talking about their cat had a bad day or what book they read or, yeah, I'm just off to the shop there. And it's some rubbish like that. People are not interested in that. If you're going to indulge in that sort of rubbish, just get into an ordinary chat room and talk about any old crap, because that's where you deserve to be. Get off it, as I say. Make a mark in life. Make your mark. Let yourself be known as a doer, not a wannabe. Wannabes never do anything. Take my word for it. I've seen too much of it in my life.